Well, some changes are on the way to an important document that will shape the future growth in the city of Greenville. Carlos Flores joins us live now with how the community feels about the city's new development code 6 months later. Carlos?
Hey, good afternoon there, Jane. That's right. When the city of Greenville adopted its new development code, they said it was a living, breathing document, which means that it will change as the city changes. And after 6 months, they say they're keeping that promise. A cup of coffee with a side of conversation.
Every 6 months to, hey, if something isn't working, let's maybe think about a different way, and keep that same amazing atmosphere and community that Greenville has.
The community had a chance to stop by to learn more about proposed changes to the city's new development code. 6 months in, and some say it's an adjustment. One of the biggest being the opportunity to have what's called an accessory dwelling unit, like a mother-in-law suite.
ADUs were probably the biggest adjustment, yeah. For part of that too, they were maybe happening outside of this, but this is a great option for people to do it within the bounds of the lot.
City staff say they're looking to clarify some language, adjusting its build-to width and its use table. They're also incorporating its new engineering specifications manual. And as the coffee kept flowing, so did the questions.
What caught my attention recently was reading the text amendments on the definition of a household, what a unit size can particularly be, and also having concern about the intersection between the definition of a household or a unit and parking requirements.
Stormwater detention, they're continuing working on that on the individuals so that we don't have the stormwater runoffs and the pollution and those things.
A never-ending conversation for an ever-changing community.
This is a balanced approach to growth. Greenville will continue to grow. It's a very desirable place to live, and we want that quality of life to continue. And in order to do that, we have a new zoning code that will help implement those goals.
Now, these changes are expected to be presented to the Planning Commission next Tuesday, and if that passes, it will still need to be presented to City Council for its own vote. But for now, live in Greenville, Carlos Flores, WYFF News 4.